Hey guys, it's T.Techniques here. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do story time. And today's topic, I just want to talk to you guys about how I got started. How did T get started in the hair industry? So a little bit about me. I actually started off in corporate America. I had a million different corporate jobs. Times were easier back then. You could pretty much get a job anywhere, and if you didn't like it, you just quit and go to a staffing agency, right? So that's what I was doing. We hit a recession and things started getting crazy. So I'll never forget, I was working for a company. It's a healthcare company, and I was doing like the customer service part of it, checking drug tests and entering them into a system. And the big wigs came in, right? And they came in, we all looking like, why are they here? You know, like, who is that? And we went to lunch, and when we came back, they were like, can we get everybody together? We want to talk to you guys. We all got together and they said, so we're gonna be shutting down the company. I was like, what? Like, the kicker is I had just found out I was pregnant with my second kid. So of course I'm like, what am I gonna do? Another girl, I actually went to high school with her. She sat behind me and she was like, girl, I'm going to hair school. I ain't got time for this. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go too. But the thing is, like, all my life growing up, we come from a very artsy family. Like my aunt's an interior designer, my cousin's a hairstylist, my uncle likes to draw, you know, my mom likes to draw, she likes to put things together. So everybody had always told me, like, you really need to do hair. I was the kid that was like doing my own hair, doing people's nails, feet, like what 13-year-old kid likes to do pedicures? So they always told me, like, you need to get into the hair industry, and I was like, no. And then on top of that, my dad was like, that's not a real job. You need to get a real job. So I was discouraged, but at that point I was like, all right, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I had already previously I got a couple of credits in college, and it just wasn't working out for me. I was actually going to school for health information technology, IT based, which was like an idea my dad pitched me. You know, you go get in the IT industry, you'll never not have a job. So I did that, and I was just like, this isn't for me, school isn't for me. So I was definitely scared at the idea of going to hair school, right? I was like, so I went in the financial aid office at Empire Beauty School, Kennesaw, sat down, had this whole conversation, and then he hit me with how much the school was. $22,000 for hair school. And once I signed on the dotted line, I was like, I gotta go to school. I cannot drop out, because whether I finish or not, they still want their money. So I went to school for 9 months, and you know, the first half you do your book work and your modules, and the second half you're on the floor. So I made it through. I had a couple of days where I was just like, I don't really feel like being here. It's actually like high school, well, maybe middle school. Like, it's catty, it can get crazy, but you really just have to remain focused, and you're going to get the paper so you can get the paper. You know what I mean? So that was that. I went to hair school, and I graduated in 2013. And once I graduated, I was like, what now? Because similar to high school, you know, they're like beating into you that this is not the real world. You know, once you get out of here, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And if you don't know, while you're in hair school, once you get to the salon floor, you get clients that come in, and the school provides the clients for you. So it's like a commission salon atmosphere, and you don't get paid for it, but you know, you kind of get comfortable with somebody providing clients to you. Little do you know, once you get out in the real world, you have to hustle for yourself. You got to get these clients for yourself. And I'll be the first person to tell you that once I actually got in the real world, I quit. Like, I got my license, I took state board, and I quit. I was like, I can't do this. I was so used to getting a steady paycheck. I was just kind of brainwashed into making somebody else's dream real, instead of like really just going for it and making my own dream a reality. So anyway, when I was in hair school, I knew I wanted to do short hair. I actually cried every day of hair cutting module because I just felt like I suck at this. Like a friend of mine caught me in the bathroom. She was like, Tanisha, is that you? And I was like, yeah. Like, you know, it's just so like driven and just emotional and passionate about it. But fast forward, here I am today. You know, I figured it out, but take it back. Graduated, went back to corporate America, and I hated it. I hated it. I just did not feel challenged. I didn't feel like I was being tested. It was just easy money. Now, what person do you know just don't want easy money? I was literally sitting at a desk for 8 hours, making $16 an hour to do nothing. I would just walk around, you know, hey, you need help? You know, anybody want me to do this or whatever? It was so boring. Like I said, I didn't feel challenged. So I was like, I'm going to do hair. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna really go do hair. And the first place that I went to, I feel like I worked at Great Clips first. Great Clips was like the test drive. You know, it's a commission situation, so they're passing you clients. I feel like it was strategic because, of course, I wanted to do short hair. I wanted to learn how to cut. So they taught me how to speed cut. They taught me the importance of retailing. They taught me the importance of having good timing when it came to your, you know, servicing your clients and productivity. I mean, I learned so much. And once I was looking at my paycheck, realizing I am making all of this money for you guys and I'm getting like 10 cents off of the product sales, or, you know, it just sucks. So I was like, okay, it's time to move on. So went to another cutting facility, Sport Clips, and I liked this. I felt like, you know, I was like, okay, I got this, you know, I can speed cut, got the clipper cuts down. I did a lot of men's cuts, which is something that you don't learn in hair school. So I was like getting it, you know, like I was doing a really, really good job. So I went to Sport Clips. I was the only African American at that location at the time. And, you know, I felt a little pressure, but I just feel like we just got swag, you know, we just have a certain finesse. So once I got in there and started showing what I can do, like, you know, I really built up a strong clientele. People were actually coming to sit in my chair. There I did a little bit better, plus the commission off of the sales, still learning the importance of sticking to one solid product line. They don't play that. You have one specific line and everybody uses it and everybody retails it. So I learned that. I learned the importance of shampooing. There was like this area in the back where it was like a calm atmosphere and it was quiet, and you had this hot towel, and, you know, you do these massages and manipulate the scalp while you're doing the shampoo. So I learned all of that stuff. And once I was done there, you know, it was time for me to challenge myself and really get into a full service salon and start testing my skills as far as styling. Because up until this point, it was speed cutting techniques. It was a lot of men. They come in, they get their hair cut, you blow dry a little bit, and that's it. Guys really don't care that much about their hair. I was like, okay, let me challenge myself. Let me do a little bit more. So the first place that I worked was a salon in Marietta. I was so excited, you know. I was just excited that she was like, yeah, you could work here, because I had no skill as far as, you know, being in a salon. I had no experience. The key was, I was like, I want to learn and I want to grow. When I was in hair school, I was taking classes to help me, you know, to kind of gear me up to this point. So I had taken a short hair boot camp class, a short hair styling class, and I took pictures from those classes, the models that we used, and that's what I used in my interview. Like, yeah, you know, I could do this, I could do that. And she was like, all right, bet, come on, you know, come on to the team. I worked there, and I can't explain like how hungry I was. Now that I'm a salon owner, I get it, but she was so overwhelmed. She had to worry about taking care of her revenue as a brand herself from her chair. Plus she had to worry about managing all these other commission stylists and feeding them clients, and you know, it was a lot, and I wanted to grow. So instead of waiting for her to pull me to the side and teach me, I remember like bringing in my mannequins and practicing on my mannequins when I didn't have anybody. I would stay there late, get up early and be there early in the morning before anybody else. I was marketing for myself. I just wasn't waiting for her to give me anything. Like, I was really hustling. And at this time, Facebook marketing had just came on the scene. I took a class. Can't remember how much I paid for this class, but it was expensive. I took a class with Marquetta Breslin on social media marketing. And when I tell you after that, it was on. I ran ads twice a month. Whatever pictures I took in the shop, I was running the ads. I don't care if all the pictures look the same, I was running the ads. So I was getting people just coming in, you know, coming in for me. And the biggest thing that I had trouble with was styling like flips and curls, right? I sucked at that. I was putting flips all over their head. It was looking like, you know, it was crazy. They just looked like they had horns all over the place. It wasn't like stylish. So I would sit in the chair next to the salon owner and just watch her, you know, curl, watch what product she used, you know, ask her little questions, you know, not interrupting her time with her client in the chair, but just kind of just asking questions, getting pointers, and I would just practice, you know. And I will be honest and say I messed a whole lot of people up during this time. Like, I jacked a lot of people up. People were paying me to jack them up, but I got better. You know, you gotta start somewhere. You gotta practice on somebody. But yeah, I was super hungry, and part of the main reason why I left that salon was because I needed more. I needed more training. I needed more help. I just wanted to grow so bad. And I can see that, you know, I just wasn't gonna get it. You gotta understand, and I'm the most humble person in the entire like world. I feel like I'm never gonna, you know, be big-headed, but sometimes when, you know, you're you have that tunnel vision and you're focusing and you're trying to grow and stuff, people will see how hard you're going for yourself and they'll start like hating on you. And it was like, am I doing something wrong? Like, I'm just doing me over here. Like, what's wrong with doing me? So I started feeling, you know, that kind of pressure from, you know, people just almost like something that they could be doing too. It was like they were making me feel bad for wanting it and going after it. So between that and not feeling like I was getting enough education, I was like, all right, it's time for me to go. I think I maybe spent like 3 months there. It was the toughest conversation I ever had to have, which is why I didn't have it. I didn't have the conversation. I was like, all right, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I had my backpack and I had all my tools in my backpack, and I just left and never came back. So bad. Don't ever do that to anybody. As an owner, I now know, I've had one person do that to me, and I now know how shitty that is. Like, so don't do that. You know, just try to have the conversation. I just don't like confrontation. I don't like it, so I regret leaving in that way. We're cool now, we communicate now, so it was just time for me to go.